Well, several people are arrested outside day 3 of the Republican convention. Cleveland police detained 17 protesters near the convention venue for attempting to burn the American flag. Authorities say the protesters belong to a communist group. 2 police officers were minorly injured after a fight broke out during the arrests. Officials say despite these arrests, the protests outside the convention have been relatively peaceful. Cleveland Police Chief Calvin Williams was even seen leading a prayer circle with people outside the RNC venue. And meantime, One America's Trey Yingst caught up with one of the police officers assisting the city of Cleveland during the RNC.
I'm here with Police Inspector Jim Shaw of the Michigan State Police to learn a little bit more about the police operation outside of the RNC. Inspector, thanks so much for joining us today.
Certainly, my pleasure, Trey.
So I'd like to hear a little bit about the process. I mean, you're coming all the way from Michigan. There's some people coming all the way from California to help out here. What was that process like to come here and work with the Cleveland Police Department?
Absolutely. Approximately 4 months ago, the state of Michigan, along with several other states, received what was called an Emergency Management Assistance Compact request to send law enforcement resources to assist the city of Cleveland with security and crowd management.
So after these police shootings in Dallas and Baton Rouge this month, what did you tell your officers before coming here? There's large crowds. Could be a potentially dangerous situation for officers.
Our officers, every time they go to work, realize there's associated dangers with being in law enforcement. And our troopers train for this, and clearly their awareness is raised with current events nationally. But our mission remained the same, to provide security here during the downtown period and be ever vigilant for anything that may impact that.
So what was the training process like before coming here to Cleveland, and what sort of difficulties do you see with working in a large city?
Well, we realized that most of our patrol would be foot patrol, along with 12 motor officers that came to provide escort. So with that, we provide a little bit of additional training on our mobile field force or crowd control management. And along with that, though, that's something we train with every year with our troopers anyway.
And I know that the Cleveland Police Department expected thousands of arrests. They were really prepared for something that was much larger than what we're actually seeing this week. There's only been about 10 arrests so far. What do you think that could be attributed to?
I think that's a tribute to the people of the city here, and the fact that people came here and under their First Amendment, their right to assemble and protest, and they've done so very peacefully. And it's really a tribute to them for their conduct while they've been here, and we've been very pleased.
And then finally, Chief Williams of the Cleveland Police Department has been doing a really nice job of trying to engage community members here. I've seen yesterday there was a tense standoff in the square where a punch was thrown and then a small fight broke out, and then police had to come in and kind of separate the crowd. We saw the chief come through the police line and start talking to protesters. There was no backup with him. He was just out there by himself saying, hey, let's talk this out. What do you guys need? How can I help you out? What do you think the importance of having a police chief like that who can go into the community and go into these protests and say, hey, let's talk about things, this community policing style?
Well, the most important skills for a police officer is the ability to work with diverse groups of people, and meeting with the public and interacting with the public is extremely important. We solve crime, and we come across crime very seldom. We often solve crime and in many cases prevent crime due to the help of citizens. So those interactions to open those lines of communication between police and the citizens, I think, are extremely important. We value that with our troopers as well.